So thank you so much. We just really enjoyed hearing your speech and rousing start for this PropTech conference here in Miami. And it's great to see that you're so in touch with all of the trends and emerging markets here. You're really harnessing the opportunity.
Yeah, I've been saying for a while in Miami Beach and South Florida, our moment is now. It's not just nationally, it's happening internationally. Miami Beach, Miami-Dade County, people know that this is where it's happening. All the major conferences are moving here. This conference, right, came here. So we're working on things to make sure we can keep the momentum going as the place to be in the world is Miami Beach and Miami.
Certainly. And let's talk a little bit about the exodus, right, of New York City and how so many people, including myself and you as well, really came down here seeking opportunity. You've clearly harnessed it well, and hoping to do the same. And what can other people really leaving the Northeast really feel when they get to the South Florida market?
Yeah, and I'm hearing it from California, people coming from California too. Well, one is creating that safety that we've really cleaned up our city in a big way since I've been mayor. Crime's down, our homeless numbers are down. We're creating an environment where not only our residents can thrive, but businesses can thrive. And you're seeing the business migrate down here. Now our goal, and my goal, is to make it one of the easiest and best cities to open a business, because the capital is coming here. We have to energize them to say, you know what, I can open a business in a matter of hours as opposed to weeks or months. And that's why we're trying to integrate AI into our system and make it happen.
Wonderful. One of the things that you talked about in your speech that really launched on was really permit approval. I mean, I have a lot of friends back in New York that's quite a process, right? And then there's expediting companies that are really a part of that. Tell me a little bit about your policies to make expediting and permit approval easier in Miami Beach.
Yeah, I even called a couple of months ago an emergency commission meeting that this should be the direction. We gave our city direction that they need to overhaul our permit process to make it easy, and like I said, one of the easiest cities in America to open a business. We're looking actively to incorporate AI. We actually have put it out to bid where we can utilize systems, make sure we get it right, but also utilize systems that take literally minutes and hours as opposed to months.
Beautiful. I think that's going to be a big game changer, especially in the construction development market. What new builds are coming up and what projects are underway in Miami Beach?
Well, I'm excited. One of the things that mobility we hear a lot about is traffic, and I've been working on several years. We launched a water taxi that goes from Miami Beach to Miami, and I'm actively working on expanding that in a big way. It could be really a way for everyone to get around the entire South Florida region and across Miami Beach. So excited about that. We have a lot of infrastructure projects, but we also have a lot of new office construction, some of it within, some of it potentially new construction, to be able to harness the capital that's coming here. Obviously, if you're having hedge funds, family offices, tech companies, they're going to want high-end office space, and we are working on delivering that product.
Absolutely, and you're exceeding expectations, especially in the residential market. I mean, this is the newest and most exciting place to live, right? And have that immersive experience of being in a beautiful city. So tell me a little bit about the residential projects that have broken ground and been completed.
Yeah, so we have a number of projects on the way that actually came several years ago, before I was even involved in elected office. And it's a balance, because our residents, we're a 7-mile island, so our residents have made it loud and clear. They don't want too much the development, but we've pinpointed a couple of great projects that our residents are on board with. There's also potential. The state did pass legislation that kind of takes some of the control out of our hands, the Live Local Act. So if you provide 40% affordable housing, you can get additional housing that way. So there are some projects that have been proposed and may ultimately come to fruition. And that's a big issue, obviously, affordability. It's a nationwide issue, and we're definitely not immune down here in Miami Beach.
People are not coming here for the deals. I think they're coming here for the enjoyment of life and the opportunities that grow. You mentioned as well commercial office space, Class A buildings. Tell me a little bit about that, especially with the speakers that we have here today, like Durst, Silverstein, Jones Lang LaSalle, and Rebney, which is the Real Estate Board of New York. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing for the commercial office space.
Yeah, and our job is to try to incentivize the private market to develop. So, for example, we have a job incentive program where we will basically give money back if you bring, and it's not even that many jobs. It's about 8 jobs, about 120% above the average salary in Miami-Dade County. So it's a low hurdle, and we will give you money back to incentivize. What we're seeing also is the private market knowing that the capital and investments are coming here, they're working on revitalizing current buildings, but also looking at some potential new stock to come on board to house this high-end Class A office space. You're seeing the individuals move here. They're moving here, and they're going to want to open at least, if not their main office here, like we're seeing with Citadel, but at least a portion of their offices here, and we have to be able to provide that product.
Absolutely. I think you're completely on the pulse of everything that's going on, and I'm excited for the next 2 days and everything that comes with this, but excited that you kicked it off right. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.